If you can go back in time and change one thing, what would it be?
My kids father.
Then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real? I contemplate about how I feel. But you make it.
Hey, it's Kayla Janai, and this is my first ever YouTube video, and I have a special guest star with me starting off the channel.
Hi, I'm Tierra. I'm Kayla's big sister.
And today's video, we're going to be talking, we're going to do a girl talk. Now, I didn't want to do a regular, boring video where, get to know me. Because on this channel, it's going to be a lot of excitement. And I'd rather you guys, get to know me through my videos versus me telling you about myself. So, how we're going to do this is we're going to eat our seafood. I forgot to mention. We got seafood, so it's like a little mukbang. And we're going to talk.
And I have my wine.
And I'm underage. Ain't no drinking over here. Ain't no drinking over here. I got a Snapple. Ma, if you see this, I promise you I ain't drink. I swear. She didn't coerce me, bro.
Just a little
bit. You gonna get us hurt. Ooh, you gonna get us hurt. Alright, so how we're gonna do this is we're gonna talk, we're gonna eat. I got questions for my sister. She's gonna ask some questions for me. And at the end, we're gonna play this and this or that. Ready? Let's get into the video. Let me put my gloves on first, cause I don't want to get my hands messy. We got our seafood from Crafty Crab. If you're from Baltimore, Crafty Crab and Rockin' Toss is the two places we go to get seafood.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Why am I'm over here putting my thumb in the pinky? But anyways, what you get?
I have, I got the lobster tail seafood bowl.
Alright, I'm regular. Mine ain't nothing but like king crab legs, shrimp, corn. Alright. First question is, how do you maintain healthy friendships/relationships? That's a good question. It's so many ways.
That's a good question.
It's really so many ways you can maintain a healthy relationship. I think the first important part
communication,
that and boundaries.
Exactly.
I feel like no real friendship will really work unless y'all have boundaries and y'all respect each other's boundaries. You can have boundaries, but if the person that you have those boundaries with don't respect your boundaries or you don't respect theirs, then the relationship just not going to work out. That and honesty.
Relationship or friendship.
Yeah, that and honesty goes a really long way in both friendships and relationships. Because why just eat a tail? Anyway, it goes like, what was I saying? Like, you gotta be honest with each other because why start a relationship full of lies? I think relationships and friendships normally go bad because people, instead of being honest, they lie. But I also think it's like a normal instinct to lie, which is bad, but it really is. You got anything else you want to add?
They didn't make my seafood hot.
My phone just cut off. Alright. The next question is healthy versus unhealthy relationships and friendships. How can you tell the difference?
It's a lot of ways you can tell the difference. If a person gets angry all the time, you're trying to express how you feel, and your spouse or friend, homegirl, homeboy, don't want to hear what you have to say, but they want you to listen to
or like they invalidate your feelings.
Right. That's unhealthy.
And that also
somebody putting their hands on you. It's unhealthy.
That go for both friendships and relationships.
So how do we maintain them without being toxic?
Like we said before, I think communication is a really big part of trying to keep a relationship healthy. Even when it's unhealthy, I think it's best to communicate so that you can get your relationship or your friendship back to the point of where it's healthy and it's strong. But And everybody talks about, oh, well, you got to have a healthy, strong foundation when it comes to friendships and relationships. But the thing is, how do you build that? How do you make, like, everybody can talk about having a foundation, but how do you create the foundation? Because the foundation just don't pop up.
Right.
That's something that has to be built over time, and that goes into trust, love, respect, stuff like that. And if you don't have that, then you can't really maintain a healthy relationship.
Right.
The difference for me would have to be, like you said, invalidation. I believe that validation is a very big part of relationships and friendships. You should be able to listen to your partner or your friend and not be defensive or get offensive with what they're saying. Unhealthiness, gaslighting, manipulation.
Yeah.
In a sense, I feel like it's human for everybody to have those qualities. It's all about learning to notice when you're doing it and stuff, and tell the difference between, oh, you manipulating me or you gaslighting me. I think people get it mixed up, and sometimes they could take somebody explaining their feelings as somebody being gaslit or manipulation. I explain to you how I feel. How is that manipulation?
Right.
How is that me gaslighting you? That's giving off, you don't want to hear what I have to say, but you want me to listen to you.
And people do that because they don't want to have to look at themselves. So they project it back to you.
You also got to remember that, I took the gloves off because whatever. You also got to remember that you won't be the villain in everybody's story. So you can't try to make everybody happy and all of that, because in reality, we all gonna mess up. We human. It happens. It says, what advice can you give to young women about self-discovery?
Ooh, let me think about that.
I don't even know, because self-love and self-discovery kind of go hand in hand.
It does. Take time out for yourself. Put you first above all others.
And that don't mean...
Get to know you.
Learn to say no as well. That don't mean you got to be mean with it or always say it. But learning to say no is a boundary. Don't let people get over on you. Because I feel like once you say yes too many times, people start taking advantage of it.
It's going to be repeated. It's going to be a cycle.
Oh, she said yeah, so if I just ask her, she's going to do this and the third. That's turning into manipulation. You got to know some people doing that to you. And like you said, taking time for yourself, that's a really big deal.
Self-love, self-care is the best care.
Also, affirmations. Talking to yourself every day. Reminding yourself of who you are as a person. And I think vision boards go into that too. To self-discovery. Really sitting down, reflecting about yourself. Talking to yourself, like, what do I want in life? Where do I see myself 10 years from now? How would I want my friends, my family, my significant other to describe me as a person?
Right.
How do I look to them?
And that's something we have to do. Start our vision board.
Yeah, we do. That'll be another video.
Yeah.
We can do our vision boards. Next question. Who inspires you?
Who inspires me? You inspire me. Seriously.
You ready to make a
Although I'm older than you.
You ready to make a grown woman cry?
Although I'm older than you, does not mean that somebody younger than you can't look up to or can inspire you. Mommy inspired me.
Yeah,
Denise.
Our mother is a really big part of our inspiration.
Yes, definitely. Mike inspired me too. And my children to do better, to be better.
My inspirations would have to be you. I feel like, although you're my big sister, you really do play a big mother role in my life. And when I feel like you're my best friend.
Oh.
Like, you wear all hats.
Don't make me cry on you too.
Please don't make me cry. I just got my lashes done. I can't get them wet. But I feel like even though you wear so many hats, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I look up to you because you're resilient, you're strong, you're bold, you're confident in yourself, you know what you want. And I like that.
Thank you.
And I look up to Mommy because she been through so much. Both of y'all. Y'all really my blueprint.
Definitely.
And I know when I don't have anybody else to go to, I know that I can always go to y'all. So when it comes to role models, I don't ever look at a celebrity because really celebrities don't teach me much. It's always the people that I interact with and see on a daily basis that really, contribute to my inspiration. And y'all really my muse. So.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You trying to make me mushy.
Don't make me cry.
So I'm going to keep it pretty.
My phone keep blocking. What advice can you give someone going through puberty?
That's a lot of advice. Somebody going through puberty. Sheesh. I don't know what to say.
I don't even. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what advice can you give somebody? Going through puberty is hard, especially as a young woman. You stepping into so many emotions, bodily changes. Like, you get a period, and you don't know what to do on your period. Like the first time, my first time coming on, you made me wipe myself with the baby wipe. He was like, "Oh my God, you lying?" That was the scariest. Yo, I thought I broke myself.
This is a special one.
I swear. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm bleeding. TF, I'll bleed." He's like, I'm lying. And she took one of my niece's wipes, her baby wipes, and she made me wipe.
Yep.
And I was bleeding. I think going through puberty is something that's natural. I think it's beautiful to see how you evolve from something. It's like
and it could be hard for some women, young women, because their body start going through so many different changes.
Like the hormones.
The real bad acne. It makes some women feeling insecure about themselves.
Self-love. You gotta have that going into puberty.
Yeah.
And let me tell y'all, out of all 5 of my mother's kids, I'm the youngest, I including myself. I was the only one who got hormonal acne.
Yeah.
My sister had great skin. My mother had great skin. And I used to be so...
She's not the only one. My niece Mira, she's suffering with acne real bad. Real bad.
But as in my siblings, I think I was the only one who had real bad acne. And it was the worst. Tried everything for my face. Nothing cleared it up. And it would make me feel insecure sometimes because... in a sense, I would feel like I wasn't pretty, but that also going to self-love, learning to love yourself through hard changes, learning to know that it's okay, this is normal, and actually experiencing puberty as a beautiful thing.
Right.
Like, it's like evolving. You go from being this little caterpillar, and now you're just transforming into this butterfly. You got to go through the stages in life to actually get to where you are today.
Correct.
And it's hard. Especially as a woman. Not trying to knock down men, because I know men really got it hard when it comes to that type of stuff too. But the periods and your body changing, your mindset changing, your mental getting bad. Sometimes it get bad, sometimes it get worse. It's just all so hard. So it's like, how can we find a healthy way to strengthen ourselves and to believe that we're beautiful, to feel beautiful, to look beautiful? It's hard. But I feel like when you have people that have been through that situation and already dealt with it and are very mature, it's really easy. It's like you can read a book on puberty. It's not going to tell, like, you can read, that's somebody else's experience or their advice, but you got to really go through it yourself in order for you to, you know.
So you use a lot of different products to help clear up your real bad acne. What would you tell people who suffering with real bad acne? What do you suggest that they use?
First off, I suggest going to a dermatologist. I think that should be my first step.
Yeah.
Noticing what type of skin type you have, also going to that. And as a person that wears makeup and does makeup, I see a lot of skin types.
Right.
So you have to use something that caters to your skin type. Like, I have a combination skin. In the winter, I'm dry. During the summer, I'm real oily. Right. So I use something that like kind of dries it up but still locks in the moisture, like the good moisture. I think seeing a dermatologist is really the best thing for any type of hormonal acne, because they really know the stuff that get the skin
popping.
Yeah, like my acne was bad last year. Look at my face now. Right.
It was. And it cleared up beautifully.
It did. All right. Let me see. It says, let's touch on the topic of healing. What advice do you have when it comes to healing?
For me, I don't know, honestly speaking.
Healing is a spectrum.
Yes. I'm still trying to heal myself in certain areas of my life. So for me, I started seeing a therapist. And it's helping me to heal a lot. So you got to do what works best for you. That's going to help you heal. You can get all the advice from people that could possibly help. It might not help, but you got to know what works for you and what help you heal.
Also, when it comes to healing, we have to notice our triggers.
Yeah.
Real bad. And say, for instance, if you love a person, it's hard to notice that person as your trigger. Yeah. Because you see them as this person you invented in your head, and then they show you something different. And it's like, well, I confide in you, use my safe haven, right. This, that, and the third. Now I'm looking at somebody that I don't even recognize myself, and it's scary.
Very. Because I'm dealing with that.
You know, and it takes a really grown, mature woman to admit that. And I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Thank you.
A therapist, even if your mental health or healing, like mental health and healing go hand in hand. Even if it's not bad, I still believe in mental maintenance, as in getting a therapist, seeing a therapist, studying and coming up with healthy coping mechanisms. Right. I think when you're sad and you're healing and you're depressed, it's easy to get intertwined with really bad coping mechanisms. And sometimes you do them and you don't notice that you're doing them. To you, it seemed healthy, but to the outside world, it's not healthy. So notifying, like, and noticing your stressors, the people that stress you or the things that stress you, things that raise your anxiety, knowing when you're self-harming without actually self-harming is a really big part of healing. I also think writing helps. Creative flow, finding something creative to do, because, you know, not everybody's forte is writing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people like to do poetry, make music, paint, draw, stuff like that. Turn your negative energy into positivity. Do stuff that makes you happy. Do things that make you thrive, because if you do that, it'll literally bring you out. Also, when it comes to healing, I think you should hang around people that are good for you, people that get you out the house, people that interact with you and help you through it. Because if you do that, you'll, like, when you hang around people and you see other people's happiness, it makes you want to strive to be happy yourself. So I think a really important part of healing is noticing them stressors, finding healthy coping mechanisms, seeing a therapist, hanging out with friends, loving yourself. Even though that's the hardest thing out here for anybody, is learning to love yourself. It is. And in order to do that, you have to go, sometimes, in order for you to learn to love yourself, you got to go through hardships, which is the worst thing to say, because not everybody going to wake up one morning and be like, I love myself. Right. Like, I'm that girl. I'm that boy. Like, that's not how that happens.
To love myself, I started touching, getting to know myself deeper, and start doing things that I like to do for me, and start putting me first. Taking myself out on dates. Going to get my hair and nails done. Maybe go sit at the movie theater. You know, do stuff by yourself. A lot of people don't like doing stuff by themselves. They have to have a group of people to be with. No, get up, go by yourself. Enjoy yourself. You'll be surprised how much you enjoy it.
Yeah, you learn to love yourself a lot more when you by yourself. Yep. So if you ever have a friend, you notice that friend is always by their self, and you be like, well, you always by yourself, you don't want to hang out with me. Notice that could be their form of self-love, their form of healing, and respect that. Because not everybody always wants to be around people. Sometimes people find enjoyment and comfort within themselves. Which is like, how should everybody be? Everybody should be like that. Right. Our next question is, well, not question, but topic, is feminine hygiene.
A lot of people need to learn about feminine hygiene. Not being smart.
I'm not saying you are, but I just spit a piece of crap. Smell good. Go into that. Perfume, deodorant. Some people...
Make sure you wash. Soak your body.
And first of all, don't put soap in the cat.
It's not supposed to go there.
It don't go there.
A lot of people don't know that.
It don't go there.
It does not go inside.
It goes around. Yeah. What we call the box. Wash the box. Wash the inside with warm water. Don't. Yep. Don't put no soap in there. You don't know why you burning and itching.
No, seriously though.
When it comes to periods with feminine hygiene, I like honey pot pads.
They cool. They are.
It get rid of the smell. Like, it's no smell. I feel like some people have a strong...
Some people
do. Yeah, like their blood, their odor is strong. I feel like for people like that, use those type of pads. They scented, but they're organic. So
and they help relieve the cramps.
Oh, yes.
Makes you feel cool down there, and I like it. But I don't use them often. I use the regular pads.
What else? Noticing your natural body scents. I don't think enough people know that. So you smell clean, you smell normal because that's your body. Right. But to others, It smells different. Like, I learned when to smell myself. Not to say I'm dirty, but like, say I'm out in the heat and I'm like really sweating. And I'm like, hey, it's a little funky in here.
Yeah.
You gotta realize sometimes it be yourself.
And that's what my sweat smell like onions, and I can't stand that. Like a sub. Like when we go to the gym, you working out and you smell it.
Yeah.
You smell. You want to smell you before somebody else smell you. And if you don't smell you and somebody else do, that's a problem.
Going to the gym low key embarrassing. Because when you sweat in that crib, stink.
But I don't think nobody sweat smell good.
Yeah, I don't. Your sweat smell like roses. I think your pH off.
Yeah.
Speaking of pH balances, drink water.
Plenty. And y'all can drink that life water because life water helps for pH balance.
Don't drink that Dasani. Their pH levels is low. Don't drink no type of water that got chemicals in it.
Right.
I think drinking water is really what helps pH balances. The food you eat, eat a lot of fruit, eat a lot of vegetables. Smell goods. Any lady love her smell goods.
Yeah.
I love perfume. Like, I got a whole dresser full of it.
Tell me about it.
That I don't even use.
Tell me about it.
A waste of perfume. I like floral scents. I don't like anything that smells fruity. To me, it stinks.
I like certain fruity smells.
Yeah, this is why we're polar opposites.
Yeah.
I
Vanilla is one of my favorite scents.
Or lavender. I love it.
Or lavender.
Self-love. Is it hard and how do you maintain it?
Self-love is not that hard. It's only hard if you make it hard. It can be challenging, but I wouldn't say hard.
Yeah. It's all about, like, again, it's hard. Like, in a sense, it's kind of hard because it's like, many people learn to love others before they love themselves.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it difficult because it's like, I put all my love, all my energy, all my time into this one person, but yet I find it extremely difficult to do it to myself.
Right.
You gotta learn to spend time with yourself. You gotta learn how to accept yourself for you, not comparing yourself. Because as women, I feel like we often compare ourselves to other people.
Yeah.
Especially when we hurt.
Yeah.
You say, for instance, your partner cheated on you. Well, what did she have that I didn't? What? She's prettier. Her body.
Sometimes it's not even about that. A man gonna be a man.
Like Trina said in her Young Miami video, in that podcast, she was like, "You really expect a man to be loyal in a man's world?" Trina be speaking, but I feel like you gotta love yourself enough to not allow people to knock you down. To not allow yourself to knock you down. It's okay to have your days where you feel ugly or, oh, today just not my day. You just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. That's fine. Everybody go ahead there. Don't stay there. Get up, make yourself happy. Even when you feel like you don't want to get up and get dressed, get dressed.
Yeah.
People can say what they want all day. You so extra. Why you got to get up and get dressed to take pictures in the house? Because I feel like it. Because I look good.
She do it all the time.
All the time. I'm quick to put some makeup on.
I'm not fun. I really don't like taking pictures, so that's one of the things I won't do. Get up, get dressed, and take pictures. Her, on the other hand, yeah.
I'm going to do it.
And I feel like when you're a mother and you have children, it is really, really, really important to get up and take time for yourself. Because if you don't, you can lose yourself just being a mom alone.
So, question for you. Being a mother, it's challenging, right? But how do you maintain being a mother and also knowing who you are? Because a lot of times people lose themselves in their kids.
Right, and I did that. I've lost myself in my children, as you know. I just I say to myself, I need to find who I am outside of being a mom. And I've done that, but I'm still doing that, and it can be hard because a lot of people don't have childcare. Some people can't turn to their family to get their family to babysit while they go out and do, things, things for themselves to even practice self-love. So for people who don't have that outlet, what do you do?
I'm not a parent, but I also see sometimes because you're around your kids a lot, you start to absorb that.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know your identity outside of your kids.
Outside my children.
Because you always with them. Like, sometimes you be blowing me with I can't do that because I don't want my kids to feel left out.
Yeah, it's because it's to
It's
me
normal.
it's
It's
like
normal.
it's normal, and the first thing is like my children. I've been doing it since I had Trevon, so I've been doing it for 13 years plus.
And I'm really proud of you for actually stepping out today and deciding, like, even though my son was crying,
Yeah,
my youngest son was crying, like, I gotta do stuff for me.
yeah, it was hard because I really wanted to bring them, but I knew we wouldn't have been able to eat seafood and do this YouTube video.
Kudos to the mothers, especially the mothers that's raising without the father, who playing both
Yeah,
roles, wearing both hats.
and don't let the grandparents interfere. You raise your children how you see fit. If they don't
Boundaries.
set boundaries is very important. Very.
Boundaries. I swear boundaries is so important. What is the biggest life lesson you've learned?
One of the biggest life lessons I learned was loving a man more than I love myself.
Never do it.
I will never do that again.
Ever in your life.
Ever. That was one of the biggest life lessons. And then another one is not opening up, talking, and keeping everything bottled up. Because when you do that, that is a life lesson. Because if you don't talk and open up, you can snap. And it's not good.
Stuff.
On the smallest thing.
I think many people feel like I'm strong, I'm resilient, I don't need nobody, I can handle this myself.
Right.
And that's good.
And not everybody think like that.
Most people do.
Like, because some people try to talk to other people, but then when you open up and you talk to other people, even just to vent or get advice, they judging you.
Yeah, which is hard. Like, how do I talk to somebody?
So it's hard to open up to talk to people.
Yeah, because I feel like if I'm judging myself and I'm already judging myself. So for me to go to another person and expect a judgment-free zone,
right,
and then you start judging, it's like, well, dang.
Right, it maybe tends to shut you down.
Yeah, like maybe, what I see in myself is what other people see.
Right.
If they can judge like that. I also feel like many people go through hardships and experiences by themselves. So when they do that, they feel like I'm the man. Like,
right,
can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm fine. I can handle all of this on my own. And it's
they
okay.
Really need somebody.
Yeah, it's okay to have that mindset, but you have to learn when it's okay to open up, when it's okay to be sensitive, when it's okay to talk. Because if you do not, and you keep thinking to yourself that you can just handle everything by yourself, one day you're gonna break.
You're gonna break. And I used to be very vulnerable. Mm-hmm. It was easy. Like I could be an open book. If you ask me something, I'm going to be honest about it.
I'm just like that.
But I used to be vulnerable, but I've gone through so much. Even with my kid's father. So when I used to talk to him or express how I felt, he used to shut me down. So for me, it was easier for me to bottle it up and sweep everything under the rug instead of saying something. Because to me, it's like preventing arguments or preventing a fight. But it's at the end, you get tired of a person constantly attacking you.
My biggest life lesson. Self-love. I think for a really long time in the past couple months, I have struggled so hard with loving myself, showing up for myself, being there for myself, noticing that I am good enough, whether others see it or they do.
Right.
I think it's very important to notice that as a person you are enough. Mm-hmm. You can do anything you put your mind to. Mm-hmm. You don't need anybody to validate you. Because if you look in that mirror and you tell yourself you that girl, and you feel that, you believe that, you sense it spiritually, physically, mentally, ain't nothing nobody can do to break you.
Right.
Stop allowing people to tear you down. Don't allow people in your life that's constantly going to break you. Because if you spent all this time, you spent your life trying to create this foundation, brick on brick on brick, and trying to motivate yourself and trying to build yourself up, and you just let that one person come in your house and just knock it all down.
Right.
It's like, what did I spend all my time building for?
But with all of that, the struggle, watching you struggle, you never let none of that get in the way of your schooling.
Which was the hardest thing ever.
It was hard, but you did it. That's strength.
I'm proud of myself.
And I'm proud of you, too.
Give myself a pat on the back.
Absolutely. Because through all of that, she got up, she went to school, she got her work done, turned her work in on time, and still an A student. So she didn't let none of that stand in her way of her education.
Even when there would be days where I would cry in the bathroom and beg my mother to pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest, I used to be mad at mom. She would tell me, no, I'm not going to let you sit in your misery. I'm not going to let you, I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to baby fight this. I used to be so angry with her because a part of me felt like she wasn't being supportive. But then I also felt like mommy knew I was strong enough to get myself through that.
And you glad? Are you happy that she didn't come pick you up?
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta learn how to fight back.
Which is hard because when you're trying to be peaceful and be a peacemaker, and you know fighting back might get you in some more stuff, you don't be wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you gotta love yourself enough to fight back.
Nope.
If you can go back in time and change one thing, what would it be?
My kids' father. No, seriously, I don't think I would change any. I would, if I could go back in time and change something, it would be me being molested. Other than that, I don't think I would change anything because everything I've gone through,
it was always
made me stronger and made me the woman I am today. Even carrying all that stuff with me at a very young age, nobody knew. I didn't tell anybody till I was 20-something, going 25, 26. I already had a child, my oldest. So I don't know if I would go back and change anything other than being molested because I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Me, I think it would be not to say who I gave my love to, but in a sense it would be that because I don't regret it. Mm-hmm. I don't regret it because I know that in a sense they needed it more than I did.
Right.
But giving somebody your love and constantly allowing them to abuse that soft spot for you really hurt.
It does.
Like real bad. I don't even eat lobster, but it's kind of good. You can hit your lobster tail back.
Appreciate it. It didn't stay hot long enough.
Probably because my window open.
Probably.
I think that would be my biggest life lesson. As a woman, what is one thing you can't live without?
I'm trying to think about something other than saying I can't live without my kids. As a woman, what is something I can't live without? I don't know. A job.
Mine would be pads.
And that too. But a job, because you need a job to make money to take care of your responsibilities.
I know it said one thing, but my self-care, my hair, my nails, my lashes.
It's a priority.
I would go insane if
would.
I look like my mother ain't love me. I would cry. Somebody asked me, what inspired you to do makeup? All right, quick story time. I was in middle school. I think it was my 8th grade year, the beginning of 8th grade year. Mommy bought me my first ever electric razor, like this big. And I was excited. I'm on the phone with my friend. I'm telling her, I'm like, oh my God, my mom bought me my first razor. Ah! And I'm joking around because I play too much. And I told her, I said, what if I just put this up to my eyebrow?
You shaved it.
And I swear, it wasn't even that close. It was like this. So
I remember that.
When I moved it, there's a whole bottom part of my eyebrow was gone.
And she was furious.
She was, and she laughed at me. I think that's what made me mad. Because I laughed at myself, too. I'm laughing, but wasn't nothing funny. Like...
It was. You was like, I can't believe I did that.
Like, I laughed, I cried. I had a mental breakdown with my eyebrow because I knew she was going to send me to school like that. Mm-hmm. She was like, and you're leaving the house like that. She was like, because you shouldn't have done it. That was the dumbest thing you could have done, and now you're going to suffer for it.
Right.
She made me leave the house like that. And knowing me, I used to watch a lot of makeup tutorials. So all I did was go to the hair store, buy an eyebrow pencil, and a little LA girl coverage concealer
Mm-hmm.
and a brush.
So with that chip eyebrow, that's what inspired her to do makeup.
Yep, put the pedal to the metal. I was not going to school with one of my eyebrows like, and I was so glad COVID happened after that, cause my eyebrow grew back, and they had to see me like that because online I could cut my camera off. Someone says, what tips can you give to a beginner makeup artist? I'm a beginner myself. I think my biggest tip would be shade matching. Because as a black girl, it's really hard to find foundations that match our skin tones and our undertones and complement our skin and not make us look cakey. I feel like a lot of brands, although inclusivity is like now becoming a big thing, back then it wasn't. We didn't have foundations and stuff that fit us or made us look good. So I think to me it's very important to find a color that matches my skin and my undertone. Also, being light on concealer, that will make you look cakey. Don't.
Some people too heavy on
Yeah, like people
it. If
that
you walking around looking like a dead person.
casket ready. It says, what do you use to film? Basic stuff. I use my iPad, the 10th generation iPad, a ring light, sometimes my phone. That's it. It says, what do you use to edit? I use CapCut.
Okay.
That's the only thing I use. That's the only thing I know how to work. It's been getting me real far.
And she's a beginner, so
Yeah.
as she go on, yeah, because you did real good, just starting out. But as you go on, you'll continue to upgrade the equipment that you're using to edit, to film.
Cameras is too expensive.
Yeah, but baby, you won't need it.
$700 for a camera.
A good one, yeah.
If I could record off a phone for the rest of my life.
You're not.
What do you use that? It says, do you have any special equipment? No, just basic stuff. I mean, I guess you could count the iPad as special equipment.
Right.
Delusion. I forgot to ask that earlier. How do you handle being delusional? I think people use that term too loosely.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that because I'm not delusional.
I'm not delusional. It's a fine line between them. Okay, so let's read the definition. Delusional, characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about eternal reality that are held despite like evidence to the contrary. Basically saying, if you're in a relationship, y'all break up, you holding on to false hopes.
Oh no, I don't do that. Once it's over, it's over. Know your love for that person don't go away that fast. But what's the point of holding on?
It don't get you nowhere. I wouldn't consider myself delusional, but I do it sometimes. Not intentionally, but it's hard to, you didn't spend all your life with somebody or this one thing or just in general.
Yeah.
And now
you're going to hurt, you're going to cry, but then you're going to eventually, each day starts to get easier.
I don't think it's delusional to sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, it happened.
Right.
Wishing them back on luck. I still think they my soulmate. Maybe not right now. Maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that's delusional. I think it's all about how you carry it.
Yeah.
If you start being crazy with it.
If you start stalking a person, blowing up their phone, checking
driving up to their
Instagram,
house,
Facebook,
trying to beat up the new girlfriend,
then you're delusional.
And you need some help. You need a therapist, baby, because that's not normal. I'm talking to you. So if you got that phone with that user 336, put it down. Don't be over here stalking that Instagram. That's delusional.
Because I'm sure somebody in these comments are doing it right now.
It's fine. Put the device down.
All the way.
All the way. Don't pick it back up. Put the phone, throw it across the room. Cut it off. Delete the account.
Yep.
All right. So, we did good. We finished all of the questions.
My fat ass still sitting here eating the seafood bowl, but I'm about to put the rest up for the baby.
All right. So, we're going to play this or that. I got 3 questions for this or that.
Okay.
The first question. This or that. Make sure your future plays out 100% to your liking or start completely over with everything you know now and fix all of your mistakes along the way. But there is no guarantee your future will work out the way you imagined it. So either you make sure your future is 100% your liking or you just start over but have all the knowledge that you gained from your previous life. What would you do? But it might not work out in your way.
I would keep it the same.
I mean, life don't work out in nobody's way.
Right.
Let's be real. So, I think, I wouldn't even say make your future play out 100% to your liking. I feel like my future played too much into my liking.
That was a good question.
If it played too much into my liking, I would be too happy. Not to say that happiness is a bad thing, but I wouldn't experience no hardships. Life would just be too easy for me.
Yeah.
So, I think I'd rather start over, but still have the mentality and stuff that I already had. Yeah. That's smart. Next question is a business question for the both of us.
Okay.
If you had an assistant, would you prefer them to be horrible at their jobs but super sweet and empathetic, or amazing at their job but mean, ignorant, and disrespectful?
I don't want nobody working for me that's mean, nasty, or disrespectful.
I mean, the quality of your work don't match the quality of your attitude.
Exactly. You can be a good worker all day long, but then you know how many complaints you will get from a mean, nasty...
You know how bad that would make my business look?
Right.
Am I suffering my self-image? I'd rather take somebody that's horrible, but got a good personality.
Yeah.
Last question is, winning the lottery or finding your soulmate?
Winning the lottery.
Men come, men go. But that money, that's forever. I could buy another man.
Hello.
You can keep that one. Guess what? I'm going to wipe my tears with them Benjamins.
Hey.
Go ahead and break my heart. Do
every
what you
last
want.
dollar.
Do what you want. I'm going to buy your company, the place you sleep at, your car. I'm going to repossess
I'm going to reinvest.
Literally. I'm going to take your damages. I'm going to make them my investments.
Yep.
Ain't no more liabilities over here. It's an asset. Okay, you guys. That wraps up this video. So, I would just like to give a special thank you for my sister for coming on here. I would like to thank all of you guys for taking the time out of your day and watching this video. So, if you like what you see, you like what you hear,
like, subscribe, and share.
Share. Heavy on the like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay? Follow me on Instagram at Kayla Janai, Janai, 2 A's. I'm going to put it right there. TikTok at Janai No Aiko. And that's about it. That wraps this video up. So peace, blessings, and have a good rest of your day.
Bye.